It was supposed to be a simple night for Emily Carter, a travel blogger known for her cheerful reviews of cozy countryside inns. But nothing about the Hillcrest Hotel was simple, and certainly nothing about that night was meant to be remembered. Perched high above the fog-choked valley of Black Hollow, the Hillcrest Hotel had been abandoned for decades, its towering facade hidden behind ivy and decay. Yet, when Emily stumbled upon it one stormy evening after her car broke down on the lonely mountain road, it gleamed faintly beneath the lightning, as if the building itself had been waiting for her. She was drenched, trembling, and desperate for shelter when she pushed open the heavy wooden doors and stepped inside. The lobby was astonishingly preserved. Chandeliers glimmered weakly. The air smelled faintly of perfume and mildew, and the fire in the marble fireplace crackled like it had been burning for years. There was no sign of anyone, no front desk clerk, no bellhop, yet the guest book lay open, a pen resting neatly beside it. Emily hesitated only for a moment before writing her name in the blank line beneath hundreds of faded signatures. The moment she lifted the pen, a gust of cold air swept through the room, and the pages of the book fluttered violently, as if the hotel itself exhaled in relief. Her footsteps echoed as she explored the upper floors, every corridor stretching endlessly like a maze that shifted behind her. The wallpaper was ornate but peeling. Portraits lined the walls, each depicting elegant guests dressed in 1920s attire, all smiling a little too widely, their eyes following her. Emily told herself she was just tired, her mind playing tricks after hours on the road, but when she entered room 217, she froze. The room was spotless, lit by a soft amber lamp, the bed made with crisp white sheets, a tray of food steaming gently on the table. The meal looked freshly prepared. Roast chicken, mashed potatoes, a slice of apple pie. Her stomach growled. Surely someone else must be here, she thought. Perhaps the caretaker or another traveler. But when she called out, her voice was swallowed by silence. Against better judgment, she ate. The flavors were vivid, comforting, and, as she took the last bite, she noticed a small framed photo on the nightstand. It showed a woman who looked exactly like her. Same hair, same eyes, same nervous smile. The lights flickered. The air turned colder. The faint hum of an old gramophone began to play somewhere down the hall. A slow, crackling waltz. Emily felt her heart pound as she stepped back into the corridor. The once empty hotel was now alive. Shadows moved behind frosted glass doors. Laughter echoed faintly, and the smell of perfume filled the air again, stronger now, sickly sweet. Downstairs, she saw figures dancing in the ballroom. Dozens of them, twirling in sepia-toned dresses and tuxedos, their faces pale and translucent. They didn't seem to notice her, or perhaps they didn't care. She whispered, "Hello?" and instantly, the music stopped. Every head turned toward her. Their eyes were hollow, black pits of memory. One woman, tall, in a blood-red gown, stepped forward. Her voice was elegant, ageless. "Welcome back, Miss Carter. We've been waiting." Emily stumbled backward. "No," she gasped. "I just found this place." "You're mistaken." The woman smiled, teeth too sharp, eyes glimmering with recognition. "You never left," she said softly. Emily ran. The hallways seemed endless, twisting, shifting with every turn. She tried the front door, but it was gone, just a solid wall where it should have been. She screamed for help, her voice echoing through the endless halls. But the only answer was the sound of laughter growing closer, the tapping of heels behind her. She darted into the stairwell, clutching the railing, her breaths ragged. On the second-floor landing, she saw herself again. Not a reflection, but another version of her standing in the hallway, eyes vacant, whispering, "Don't check out." Then she vanished. She fled back to room 217, slamming the door behind her. The bed was unmade now, the sheets stained dark red. The photograph on the nightstand had changed. The woman in the picture was no longer smiling. Emily's body trembled uncontrollably. She grabbed her phone. No signal. The clock on the wall ticked backward. The room temperature dropped until she could see her breath. Suddenly, there was a knock. 3 slow knocks. "Miss Carter," a voice crooned, the same elegant tone from the ballroom. "Your stay isn't over." The door handle began to turn on its own. Emily backed away toward the window. But outside was not the valley she remembered, only darkness, an endless swirling void where the world should have been. The door burst open. The woman in red entered, followed by the ballroom guests. They surrounded Emily, smiling serenely as the music began again. "One last dance?" the woman whispered. Emily tried to scream, but no sound came out. Cold hands grabbed her, pulling her toward the center of the room, their skin icy as glass. The lights dimmed, the record slowed. In the final flicker of the lamp, she saw dozens of framed photos on the walls. All guests who had checked in and never checked out. Her own portrait now hung among them. The next morning, a maintenance worker passing through the valley noticed that the Hillcrest Hotel's lights were on for the first time in decades. Curious, he approached, finding the doors wide open and the air thick with the faint scent of perfume. On the front desk lay the guest book. The last signature read Emily Carter, but beneath it in dripping red ink, someone had written, "Room 217, still occupied." The worker backed away, heart hammering, as a soft melody drifted from within the building. When he looked up at the second-floor window, he saw a woman standing there, pale, with dark eyes, smiling faintly, before the curtains closed themselves. The lights flickered out, and the Hillcrest Hotel returned to silence, waiting for its next guest.